Hello Aeternum and welcome to KOTT News, Aeternum's #1 source for news, and this is the War Report. Dynamic change in the history of Aeternum last night, as the Syndicate members of 3 Point held take the fort in the final seconds, taking control of the resort destination of Ebonscale Reach. Back-to-back fights decided in the final 10 seconds, most fighters calling it a night immediately after the wars. KOTT news crews did catch the busy zealots between fights to get their reactions to the matchups. You guys almost lose, but at 95% push back. Can you take us through those moments and tell us how you felt about it?
Honestly, it was getting a little scary, but honestly, Jag's masterclass, that all-in to kill them was perfect timing, Respawn's perfect timing, and honestly, Playboy just on top. 6-4 is my GOAT, 14-5 masterclass, he might be the best bruiser of all time.
Was there anybody out there who might have stood out in their performance that you want to give an additional highlight to?
All my quad DPS looked like they did amazing. They were fighting their battles. Noki held down River like a goat. Nahoku, best kill squad VG I ever played with. Yeah, that's it.
The corruption armies of Isabella return to the fighting tonight. Invasion response squad captains gathering to go over the schedule, noting 2 simultaneous in the 9 o'clock hour. Citizens of the island who have noticed all the fighting going on throughout the night can get into the act by Xing up in faction chat and joining in on the nightly pre-qualifiers. Another 4 rosters submitted for simulated fantasy combat resolution, brought to you by LARPco. Remember, if it isn't LARPco, it's cardboard. With special thanks to the craft services crew, if you'd like to support KOTT News, Patreon is currently the best way. Up first, the Syndicate members of 3 Point held assail the Covenant converts of Playboy Factory for control of the coconuts of the Southern Cutlass Keys. It's been a couple weeks since 3 Point held was in charge of things down in the Keys, but if they go all out tonight, they might return to prominence in Spyglass Ridge. But Playboy Factory is very good at defending their position as the gateway to the free-for-all zone, and aren't likely to make it easy for anyone to get in. Meanwhile, the marauders of the West Coast Wolves assault the zealots of Mad Crew for Crown and Kingdom of the Western Monarch's Bluff. The West Coast Wolves qualify for another formal fight, this time seeking to prove their patents of nobility and crowning themselves rulers of the region. But they'll have to get past the apostles of Mad Crew first, who are ready to meet them outside around the bonfires to stop these would-be usurpers to the crown. Later, the zealots of the USPS assail the marauders of Milk Run for control of the brackish Delta region of Reekwater. The USPS return again, intent on continuing their improvement against this regional rival, possibly getting into the fort and capturing the flag. Milk Run knows that the fight can go either way, preparing themselves for a long night of line of sight, running around the goats at the fort with all the fences. Also, the Covenant converts of Guardians of Trust attack the Syndicate members of JDB's Kitchen for control of the bear-infested forests of Brightwood. The newcomers of Guardians of Trust set up in the assault camp and begin some ritualistic prayers, calling on the strength of the bears to tear through the defense. But the members of JDB's Kitchen have been honing their skills against the island's top talent for weeks, and hope these new zealots are equally as prepared. We'll have any late-breaking outcomes and reactions from the citizens tonight at 11. Until then, this has been War Correspondent JChalant, KOTT News.